In today's demo, we are going to do the demo of both the strategies, rip and replace and coexist. We'll start first with rip and replace, wherein we will migrate the data from legacy tool, which for today's demo is IBM Doors, and move all the data from IBM Doors to Codebeamer. And while the data is being migrated, we will go and update, make some changes in Doors requirements, and we'll see how the updates are also being migrated to Codebeamer. And then after the migration demo, we will go to coexist strategy demo, wherein we'll make some changes in Codebeamer to show how the data can coexist in Codebeamer and Doors both, and team can work in both the tools seamlessly. So the screen we are seeing over here is Codebeamer. Right now, there are no requirements. It's an empty project. And we have Doors over here, wherein there are around 20 odd requirements. We have tried to create multiple data combinations. Like here, there is parent and child hierarchy for the requirements. So there are some parent requirements, and then they have some child requirements. In the requirement itself, in addition to basic textual data, there is complex data like the image over here. There is the XLSX file. There are few more attachments and so on. So with that, let me quickly trigger the migration. We have already configured it over here. With this, I will close the migration interface. So from now on, we won't be interacting with migration tool at all. And what we'll be seeing is only Codebeamer and Doors. In background, the migration tool is getting the data from Doors and moving it over to Codebeamer. Let me refresh it once. We should start seeing few requirements by now. So the requirements have started coming. And as we can see, just like in Doors, the same hierarchy of requirements is being created over here. You can also see the image that has come as it is. So for end users, for Doors users who are moving, or for the legacy tool users indeed, who are moving from old tool to Codebeamer, for them, they won't have to lose access to any of the data. All the data as it was there in the legacy tool, they would be able to see in Codebeamer itself. So for them, it would be just like working in more modern tool, but with the same data set. Let me refresh it one more time. So more requirements have started coming. Meanwhile, other requirements are coming. Let me open this one over here, the first one. Okay, so for this requirement, we can see all the details are there. There is title assigned to is set to the same user that was there in Doors. In addition, if users want, they can also sync the requirement ID of Doors in the fields over here. The description is there, and here are a few of the attachments. And one final refresh. All the requirements are migrated, and as we can see, like there is all the complex rich text data is there as it is. So there is a table, there are bullets, and all sort of things. And now we will go back to Doors, and we'll make an update in one of the requirements. So I'll pick this one, code review and user testing, and we will update its description. So I'm adding functional design review is required. I'll add updated. And we'll save and close this. Now, the migration tool in background is looking up for new changes automatically without requiring any manual intervention. and it will bring the new change to any new changes done to Codebeamer. Let me refresh it once. So the change is over here. We added that functional design review is also required and updated. Now for the same requirement, the Codebeamer team will move this to approve or waiting for approval status. So you're moving to waiting for approval, and we will add the same thing in description as well. And we will save and close it. So now we are basically going the coexist strategy. That is, the data from legacy tool has been loaded in Codebeamer, but organization want both the tools to coexist. And for that, it is required that the users who are using both the tools, they are working on the latest data. Let's go to doors and have a look at updates. So here we can see in description, waiting for approval is added, and we'll check status. So in status, we should see in progress. That is how we have configured the migration tool. So waiting for approval in Codebeamer is being mapped to in progress in Codebeamer in doors. So as we saw, organizations, depending on their requirement, they can pick between rip and replace or coexist strategy. Both the strategies can be made to work using OpsHub migration tool without customers having to lose any of the data integrity when moving to the Codebeamer.